yeah, dig it. I'm getting loosened up for this video. Oh yeah.
Wait, we're on? Why didn't you tell me we were on? Hello all, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your one and only Wheelman, and in 2019 I became Cape Breton's first para boxer and boxing coach.
Brandon Leslie.
Brandon Leslie, and you know, he's just such an amazing individual, very inspiring what he does when he shows up to the club every day. It doesn't matter what kind of day you're having, you see him and he's just so inspiring, and he picks up your spirit in a world that can sometimes seem dark and dim. He is definitely a blazing star in my eyes, and just such an inspiration.
I also help people reach their fitness goals. That's another reason why I decided to come to YouTube, so I can reach a wider audience. And today, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to deal with having a disability. Okay, so my first bit of advice is for adults. Ultimately, we shouldn't care what other people think. I know that's easier said than done, but as you age and as you learn and as you grow, we develop emotional control, and we realize at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things what other people think, and we shouldn't live our lives based on what other people think. Now, if you're like a teenager or a kid growing up in school, this is a lot easier said than done. So in my personal experience, I learned to, when people would say things about my disability, I learned to beat them to the punchline and make jokes, and that sort of takes away their power and they can't make fun of you. So for example, like over the years, many women have said to me, you know, stupid questions like, can you have sex? And I've said, well, you'll have to take me to dinner first. And that usually diffuses the situation. Tip number 2, we all have valuable skills to offer the world. So instead of focusing on what we can't do because of our disability, we should focus on what we can do. We all have something to offer, it's just a matter of finding out what it is. When I was 26 years old, I discovered wheelchair boxing, and I found out I was pretty good at it, and then I got to be comfortable in my own skin. If you find out what you're good at and your valuable skill, that will cause you to have more self-confidence and be more comfortable. My friend, my cameraman, the wise man who keeps cracking up on video, he was very socially awkward when he was in high school, and he's on the spectrum, but he realized that he was a great artist and he made $300 in commissions. So he figured out that he had a valuable skill to offer the world. My girlfriend Abby, for example, she has a passion for singing and songwriting, and she's recorded some music videos and some songs, and I will provide a link to those in the description. Tip number 3, a lot of people wrongfully believe that disabled people can't do a lot for themselves. That's a stereotype, but unfortunately that's what a lot of people think. So I feel like it's important to be as independent as we possibly can. You know, cook for yourself, get yourself dressed as well as you can. Do as much for yourself as you possibly can. That way you can show people how independent you are, and they will respect you. And a lot of times when you ask people for help, sometimes they tend to throw it back in your face and remind you that you needed them. So I feel it's important to be as independent as you possibly can and not rely on anybody. I mean, I know sometimes in this world we're going to need to rely on other people, but the only way that we're going to gain the respect of able-bodied people and people in general is if we can be as independent as we possibly can. So learn as many skills for yourself as you can possibly learn and become as independent as you possibly can. And those are my 3 tips for how to deal with having a disability. And remember,
need advice, I'll give you a hand. Work out, eat right, sounds like a plan. Smash that like button, do what you can. I'm your wheelman.